Western civilization or Western culture now, as it stands, is it anti-masculine? Is there a lot of anti-masculine sentiment when it comes to Western society? And why? If so, if yes, why? And I think a lot of people can agree. A lot of people can agree that it is. For the most part, Western civilization is anti-masculine. When you just look at all of the rules and all of the things that are in place, it's very obvious that they kind of want to stifle masculinity to a certain extent because everything that you see, especially nowadays, you look at the movies and you look at all of these laws and all of this stuff, even the movies. Let me get on the movies real quick. They're replacing traditionally masculine roles with women. Now, shout out to my ladies, okay? But let's just be brutally honest. Why the hell are they casting women for roles that good damn well that in real life women aren't gonna be these super buff and super they're lifting cars up, and they had this show called the SheHulk, and that show obviously tanked because it's just these type of roles are more fit for masculinity. It's they're more fit for men. And the way that a Western society, liberal, whatever the hell you want to call it, okay, the way that it frames things is that men and women are equal. We can do the same exact thing. There's absolutely no difference between us and them. And what this does is it kind of homogenizes everything, right? It kind of puts, uh, and there's nothing, the first of all, there's nothing wrong with differences. There's nothing wrong with saying that, hey, a man has different abilities from women. Women have different abilities than men. It's natural. There is absolutely nothing offensive about that. As a matter of fact, it's healthy that people know that because if not, you're going to have a society filled with confused ass people, which is what's going on anyway. You got all of these guys taking hormone blockers and estrogen, and they want to be more feminine. So this is the exact result of what happens when a whole society is told, hey, look, men and women have the same abilities. And as a matter of fact, even though there's natural differences that can be empirically proved by science, there's you got don't believe that. It's just a construct. Even though there's obvious physical differences, don't believe that, right? Men can have children. Men can have babies. Like it's just an attack. It is a blatant attack on hell. You want to reality itself, because civilizations, time and time again, have been built on men's strength, their ingenuity. And this is fact. This isn't something that's a construct. This isn't something that is rage bait. It's common sense. And it's stifled, right? Me saying this type of stuff will get you in trouble, whether it be school, whether it just be if you're talking to, your typical midwit out here. I'm like, oh no, women, they built the pyramids or something. They didn't say that, but you get what I'm saying. They're the ones that did it. No, it was that ingenuity. It was that aggression from men. And aggression is always used in a negative connotations, but aggression is a great thing. This is what drives men to go out there and hunt, so to speak. But it's being stifled. Men can't even have their own spaces anymore because it's going to be deemed sexist or whatever. And there always has to be like this integration of women so they can butt in and be like, no, 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 you're doing too much. It's too masculine. It's toxic. Our favorite word, toxic. And it needs to be more feminized. This is why women are bought into male dominated spaces. It was by design. Like I said, nothing wrong with my ladies. They're beautiful. They birth children. They are intelligent in their own and strong at that, because you have to have some strength to pop out a baby out of your twat. So they're strong in their own right. They're strong and intelligent in their own right, but they're not men, right? They're just not. And what happens is a lot of guys, especially in relationships, man, especially in relationships, when you have all of the rules stacked against you. Now, this isn't an excuse for men to be like, I'm gonna give up. Everything is stacked against me. But in all reality, if you kind of look at it, it is. You look at all of these TV shows and subconsciously, excuse me, subconsciously, it kind of teaches men to be stupid and subservient. How many TV shows out there show the dad, the patriarch, the guy that's supposed to be the protector, the guy that's supposed to protect the family? They show him in the show stupid as hell, and the woman is the one that is always having to clean up his mess because he was such an incompetent idiot that she had to come in there and she acts more masculine than him. And TV and these programs, it's exactly what it is. It's programs. People see this type of stuff, and even though it's TV, subconsciously, these are messages. You guys, you gotta listen. A lot of these TV programs, don't think of it as entertainment. These TV channels are owned by a handful of people, and they're not made to be entertainment. They're made to push agendas. They're made to push some type of message, some type of social norm. Even with social media, I've said this time and time again. Social media is not meant for fun. It isn't meant for you guys to have fun and be jolly and get likes. No, it's meant to push certain messages. It's meant to control the minds of people. It has nothing to do with entertainment. It has nothing to do with being social, right? So it's the same way with all of these programs you see and all this stuff where it portrays the guy being a weak, bumbling idiot. This is by design. A lot of guys internalize this and they take it to heart. That's why a lot of guys in relationships, it seems like their balls are cut off. The woman is calling all of the shots because somewhere down the line, this guy got the message, whether inadvertently or directly, that he should just let the woman control everything and lead everything. And unfortunately, a lot of young men are being raised by women, which is another problem all in itself. So what happens when you're raised in a household with a domineering, masculine, let's be honest, quite frankly, masculine mom in the household? You're going to think that's normal and you're going to actually look for it. Okay. And, like I said, laws are against, sort of always against men, because A chick can hit a dude a billion times. Like I'll give you guys a scenario in real life. I've seen this play out. A chick can throw punches at the dude, slap him, all of that stuff. As soon as as soon as he hits her back just one time, everyone starts screaming and call the police. But she done hit him and slapped him a billion times over. You know, D Weeze, Ace time, Ace time. Yes, sir. And I'm not, and both parties are wrong, but let's be quite frank. Like, damn, where was the police? Where were all of these people screaming out "stop" when the guy was being hit? You know, it's like all type of authority is stripped from men, especially when they get a lot of these guys get in relationships. A lot of women, like if you have ever got with a young lady on a date or in a relationship, blah blah blah, and you notice she's super disrespectful. Why is that? That is because the previous guys that she's dealt with, she probably stepped all over them and wore the pants in that relationship. So we're not innocent either. You know, we're not innocent either. So when she's been acting masculine as hell the whole time, and you come in and try to set some boundaries, there's going to be major disconnects because she's going to be like, why the hell are you telling me what to do? And oh, don't tell me what to do. And they get all buck with you and they give you a look like, who are you? And by the way, if you're with a chick and she starts doing that type of stuff, chances are she's probably not for you. Right? But why is that? It's because all the guys she's dealt with were doormats. So now it's impossible for her to take masculine direction. Once again, Western culture is anti-masculine. And, you know, nature always repairs itself, right? Nature always repairs itself. This is why you look around and a lot of society, see, one of the first indications that a society is going to fall is weak and effeminate men. That's one of the first set signs that a society is going to fall. And when Western society is openly anti-men, openly, I mean, you can say whatever the hell you want about men on TV or social media, and it's nothing, right? And now, like I said previously in the beginning of the video, all of these guys are getting. You see these guys turning into females, taking estrogen, and you know supporting certain type of movements that are anti-masculine in nature. Okay, it really strips them of their strength. And this is why Western society has been falling for a minute. And now you see all of these things going down. Now you see Israel attacking Iran and all. You know, I don't mean to be doom and gloom, but when this shit hits the U.S., which I hope to God it doesn't, it's like you have a lack of masculine thought. You know, you have a lack of masculine presence, and that's going to affect the whole country. And the horrible part about it is a lot of these chicks. See, this is why a lot of these, as much as I hate red pill channels, this is why a lot of these guys on the red pill exist, because you have these feminist broads openly going against men and even, hey, look, they don't even have to be part of that movement. The mainstream ideology is that women run this. Okay? But when rubber hits the road, when some stuff pops off, these same chicks that were talking bad about men are like, oh, men are this and that and or inferior. You know, a lot of these chicks think men are inferior. Crazy word. But when rubber hits the road, Who are they going to be looking at? They're not going to be looking at their thought friends who do nothing but post thirst traps on IG all day. They're not going to be looking at them to defend the country or whatever. Worst comes to worst. I'm just using a scenario here. No, they're going to be looking at men. Yes, the same men they've been talking trash about this whole time. Not knowing that an anti-masculine society is a weak one. You know, so is Western society anti-masculine? Yes, big time. Hell yeah, it is. But you know, they'll see the light at some point. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Peace.